y'all. Here we go. We're gonna be getting after it today, playing the Hippopotamus Defense as well as the aggressive E4 Repertoire. I got a course coming out soon on E4 openings. If you guys are interested in pre-ordering that course, you'll get a very nice discount. Go down in the description below. Go to the pinned comment if you're watching this live right now on stream, and yeah, we'll get you guys right. So, all right, let's get things going. Be playing some 10-minute games today.
Started as black.
What the heck?
D4.
Why is this thing talking to me? Time out. This has never talked to me in my life. What the heck? Maybe that will do it? I don't know. Someone tell me.
You will auto-abort your game.
Okay, well, hopefully that thing shuts up.
E4.
What? Alright, can someone tell me what's going on here? What is going on? I've never had this in my life. Someone tell me what's going on here. I don't know how to turn this thing off. Let's see. What the heck? Alerts, maybe? No. Huh. This is very strange. Next to small settings here. Did that do it? We'll see if that fixed it. It looks like it fixed it. Okay, I guess we'll see. All right, playing the Hippo as black, playing E4 as white. Any of you interested in that discount code for pre-ordering? The discount code is early bird. Early bird. Okay. Hopefully we're good. By the way, when it comes to this freaking person talking to me. Okay, so we're playing the Hippo here. Let's see. Yeah, so do I want the bishop coming to G5 today? Not really. Not today. I'm good. Start tucking this knight. Okay. Tuck the knight. You know what we're doing here. Hope y'all doing well today. Okay. It's been about over a week since I've streamed. I got sick. I got the flu bad, but I'm feeling better now. Some nasty stuff going around. Okay, so okay, fine. Two pawn center. It's nothing crazy. Pretty standard setup from white. Tuck the knight, fianchetto, you know the drill. Okay, bishop e3. Let's, yeah, just keep doing our thing. Push the d pawn, I lock it up. Push the e pawn, we think about it. Usually we don't push. There, I would think about just leaving my pawn. And then here, I mean, okay, we got a bishop stack on the e-file, so the e-pawn is very vulnerable. So maybe we go bishop b7, a6, and then start swinging this knight over. If I were white, I'd think about swinging this knight over to g3. But we'll see what they do. Okay, knight d2, interesting. So knight d2, e4 is strong now. D4 is a little bit vulnerable. I'm going to just tuck my knight, though. Just keep doing my thing. Luis, Jonathan, Stefan, Nico, Luis. Did I already say Luis? I think I did. What's up, guys? Hope y'all doing well today. Okay, we're up on time somehow. That's cool. That's rare. You know what I mean? We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. You know what I'm saying? All right. What we got here? We got A4. So yeah, I mean that's automatic A6, right? A6, looking to play B5. You know what I mean? Okay, knight F1. Knight... Maybe knight F6? Knight F6 puts pressure on E4, which is nice. I could just castle, though. Could just castle. Now that is interesting. That is not something you see every day. Usually you see this knight come over, but you don't see this knight swinging over to G3. So that's new. I will say it comes with some benefits. I mean, okay, interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that. All right, well, hey, first time for everything, I guess. Let's castle. Queen D2, we tuck. Right? Okay. Tuck the king. Looking at maybe F5. F5, knight F6. One of those. F5. I kind of like F5. Let's go F5. I don't really want to play G5 because we're gonna have some kind of breaking open there on the G file. So yeah, that's not preferred. Not yet. Maybe later. So if they take, that's an interesting moment. Honestly, any of those look somewhat appealing to me. If they don't take, probably just keep adding the pressure some sort of way, right? Bishop C4. Okay. So we could take. Don't know if I love that. We could push, takes. And then start looking at E4. I don't mind that because this knight is not in position to jump into E5 at all. Neither one is. Right? Okay, so let's play D5. You got to take, right? I mean, yeah, takes. Okay, do I take with the pawn or the knight? If I take with the knight, I'm threatening that. Yeah. Takes. Yeah, let's stick with the knight. I'm just trying to get my position a little bit less cramped. I'm threatening F4. If it's my move right now, I'm winning. Right, F4. I don't know. Takes. But okay, we have takes on D5 right now. Do I want to give up my bishop? Not really. I guess I could, though. I mean, I guess I could. But I like the tempo I get. So, take with the pawn. We'll start a... Okay, we'll start with... Goodness, this hair is a little crazy. It's hard having hair, you know what I mean? It's tough. Okay, knight F6. Or C5. I'll just swing over. I'm guessing we'll see F3. maybe a sack? I don't know. Okay, f3. We got boom, boom. No. Here, maybe? That could work. I'm not in love with that happening, though. I don't know if I can really slow it down, though. G5 can't happen. Alright, we'll play queen. Queen up. There. Let's see, h4. Okay, that's a good move. So black here, or sorry, white here is looking to break things open with h5, potentially. I think we'll respond by just continuing to get guys to the party. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so 4 minutes to 4 minutes. Pretty close on time. I wouldn't mind trades here. Okay, bishop f4. Yeah, c5. Takes here. Takes, h5 then. That's annoying. Takes. I guess I don't have to take right now. I could play h5, but that's... You know what I mean? I don't know. h5. I might have to. Just to slow down any h5 ideas there. So g5 is very weak. Thankfully the knight's not in position. So that's good. So knight's not in position there. Takes, rook over. Could happen. Bishop e5 is definitely on the cards for white. Of course, if they do that, then I have bishop h6 at some point. Okay, so bishop e5. Let's go c5. I think queen g5 is losing for white. Right? Bishop h6. So, okay, yeah, c3. Let's, I don't know, here, rook e7. Rook over. Start taking over that file. I mean, taking doesn't really do anything for me, except open up the C file for them. I mean, if they want to take, that's great for me, because then the bishop's less supported, but... Okay, rook e2. Let's go with... Okay. Got an advantage on time. Got that going for us. F4. Like if the queen runs, maybe. Nah, that's not good. Boom, boom. Maybe 96. Okay, interesting. I mean, that allows me to jump in, right? So now there's weaknesses that I can actually target. Got to play that in betweener, or else we're cooked. I mean, you got to take somehow there, and then I just take. And then e5's weak, fine. But I don't think f4 was a good move. I think that was a big mistake. e5 was already yours. You don't need to strengthen it more. Okay. Lock that up. They do have a knight. Okay. Rook e6. Maybe queen e7 next. Okay, maybe we just guard that a little bit more. So that's guarded. Check, I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. That's a threat. I don't know if white can stop that. I mean, you could check me, but then I run. 2 queens is going to be good. All right. Check. Fair. Check. Ah. Oof. Close one, y'all. Close one. All right. First game of the stream. All right. All right, let's play another one. Fine. Okay. Guys, that nice big discount code for the upcoming E4 course, which is what I'm playing now, is early bird. Go down to the description below. Pinned comment if you're not watching this live. Okay, we're going over a bunch of different openings, including the delayed wing gambit against the Sicilian. Bunch of different, very aggressive and fun openings for white. Okay. All right, D5 only works till February 10th. Okay, that's when the early bird discount code falls off. Okay, D5, we could push. Yep. Something tells me they're not going to accept this. Something tells me, but we'll see. Eric, yes sir. You know what it is, man. Jed, what's up? Quay Hogman, Nico, all y'all, what's up? Yeah, so Jonathan, okay, takes. Knight C6 is interesting. I'm just gonna keep developing. Just keep offering this pawn, see if black wants to take it. All right, F6. Let's see. We could take. Or take. This is very interesting from black. This is not a common setup that we usually see. You know what I mean? This is interesting. I'll say that. Okay, let's pin the knight. That way we can take on E5 if they take, which they won't, but takes one, or push, I mean, that's one possibility. Okay, knight E7. Let's take. I don't see why not. Yeah. Okay, we're up a pawn now. Okay, we're defending some stuff here. A6. Do I just back it on up? Like in the, what's it called? Ant-Man? Is that the movie where they back it on up, the truck? Okay, A6 takes. Well, maybe. All right, fine. Pretty rare to be up a pawn when you play a gambit, but it's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. If bishop takes c5, I mean, they get the pawn back temporarily, but then I have bishop g5, and I think the bishop just falls there. So, yeah. So yeah, you can't take on c5, or else bishop g5 comes into play. h6 looking to stop that, but now we have time to play c3. We're up a pawn. Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe black was so hung up on not accepting the gambit they gave up a pawn, which probably isn't the best approach. Okay, castling. Looks fine. Part of me wants to hold off for some reason. I'm just going to play queen e2. I mean, that's where black needs to make a break, or else they're cooked. So we'll start with that. Yeah, we'll castle. Maybe rook e1 next. Rook e1. I'd love to get the bishop to f4, but I'm not. I don't know how realistic that is at this point, guys. You know what I mean? Okay, bishop d8. Okay, fine. Okay. If I go to f1, h2 has 2 defenders, which is nice. Yeah, so we're covering that guy well. I'm thinking maybe g5. G5. Okay, they don't want to go for it. All right. That's a strong option for black. Takes. Takes. That's a little more power behind it than I thought it would. Maybe let's try knight e3 just to put pressure on d5. Jed, nice man. Yeah, the Knockmanson's fun. Knockmanson's crazy. g5. The bird attack with b3. What kind of attack is that? Oh, you mean the bird's opening with b3? Okay, we'll start with that. Okay. Let's go... maybe? Nah. Maybe? Although g4 is annoying. g4. Takes, not good. Let's see, takes. I mean, h5 is coming, so I guess I could throw that knight in. I don't mind that. Okay, let's do that. Trying not to damage my pawn structure too much. Queen takes. Looks solid. Okay, bishop b5. Could just jump on in there. Say what's up. Sure. thought about queen g6, but that's just bad. Maybe bishop d2. Maybe h4. I don't mind h4. Puts a lot of pressure on g5. Okay, rook f6. Is black able to get away with that? Maybe. But I think I have a4. And then the bishop has to let that rook go. Unless the rook goes here. But then I take. Queen trade? No. Bishop takes. Maybe just keep on taking stuff. I think I'm okay there. So let's play a4 to start. Maybe we see takes on e5. But then I have this anyways, and then there's a double threat. So, okay, rook f8 takes, rook flies in. Maybe I just attack the rook? Okay, so they're going for bishop d7. That's fair. Bishop d7. Okay. Let's see, takes. Here could work. Let's start with rook. b1. Trying to put some pressure down on that b7 pawn. Takes. It's not how bishop moves. Takes. Okay, rook f8. Threatening both. I think you got to go rook g6. And then maybe we fly in. If this bishop moves, I just take. And then take. The queen's overworked. So you can't rely on the queen to hang on to things. So you might have to go rook over, or else I'm just going to distract your queen one way or another. Rook comes over. Maybe knight e5. Could work. Takes. I think you got to play rook c8 though. Pushing doesn't really do anything. So yeah. Okay, guys. So this is what one of the openings covering in the course. Okay, a3, delayed win gambit. They ended up denying it, but oftentimes in these lines you can still push to e5. You can keep offering up this pawn. They ended up denying it, but I mean that just ended up giving me a one pawn advantage, which I think worked out for me. Okay, bishop e8. I didn't see that move. Bishop e8. Okay, that's a good move. That's a good move. Because then the queen can defend the bishop. That said, do I attack the rook? No. I don't. Do I take? Check? No. Maybe queen to here. Could work. Oh, wait, timeout. They're threatening check, and the rook would fall. Okay, knight over. They can't take. Rook over, attacking the queen. That's not good. Maybe I sidestep? Or go g3 or something? I'm going to sidestep here, so that there's no check. And then my rook falls. Rook f6, I take with check. The knight guards f2. Maybe. The bishop can't take. Yeah, bishop can't take there. Bishop stuck. Rook stuck. Queen. I guess I could move it back now since I have some time. Okay, e5, interesting. That's... Huh, okay. Well, I guess if I take, then here, right? So maybe we take on e5? Okay, we'll start with that. Check might work. King runs, takes. Rook takes. I get tempo. Right. So let's throw in, ooh, yeah. Check, king, takes. Oh, let's see, takes. If they take, I am up more material. Right now I'm +3, so then I'd be, yeah, I'd be +5. I guess I could take this way. That might be better. Takes, but then I have check. I have check. So, yeah, I mean, I think we're winning this, guys. Will we win? I don't know, but I think right now we're winning. Y'all have access to the engine if you plug it in. So you got more a better understanding than me, but I think we're winning this. Okay, queen takes. Yeah. We're up a queen right now. Okay. Yeah, we're just up a rook. Alright. Alright, keep it moving. Back to the hippo we go. Roger, what's up, man? Luis, yeah, it's always hard, right? Always hard when you're having to trade and you're down. Or wait, yeah, down material, having to trade. That's never good. E6 maybe? I'm saying it like I don't know. Obviously E6 next. Don't play knight d7 there, guys. I talk about this in the Hippo course. Knight d7, you're dead losing. Okay. So got to play e6 there. This is now knight d7's fine. Knight d7's fine overall, unless you're facing a pawn on f4, because you want your bishop to cover f5. But in the Hippo, this is almost always okay. Okay, we're just going to keep blitzing out this Hippo, see if we can get a little time advantage. Maybe a 1 minute advantage, I don't know. Never know. Okay, e5. So now fianchettoing doesn't make the most sense. Probably tuck the knights to start, maybe f5. Of course, white, on the other hand, could start trying for f4, which is good for them in one sense. In another sense, it makes my bishop better. So a little bit of a trade-off there. Okay, 97. Thank you, Roger. Yeah, man, I'm feeling better. Yeah, the flu was tough. I haven't had a flu like that in I don't know how long. I guess it's probably been a while since I've had the flu, but thank you, man. Doing better. Hope all y'all are doing well. There's a lot of sickness going around right now. So, yeah, it's tough out here, but we making it. Okay, castling next. Not really sure what that does, unless white's wanting to trade with me. Okay, f5 next. Yeah, this can happen in the Hippo too, which I like. You basically get a King's Indian, but way faster. Because you didn't put your knight on f6, so you don't have to go knight f6, knight back, pawn up, knight back. No, the knight's on e7, you just push. You're fine. Okay, knight d2. Okay, we'll take that space up. White's going to want to play for c5. I'm going to be playing for kingside attacks. We got all this pressure here, right? Okay, a6. That is definitely not the most fun. So let's stop that. Okay, keep on pushing. Bishop g4, we go knight over. Yeah, let's go queen. Why not? Take control of that diagonal. G4 next, maybe. Okay, f3. Could play g4, or we wait and play h5 first. Let's do that. That way it's supported by a pawn. If they take, I want to take with a pawn. Pawn side by side. All right, 94. Okay. Okay. I want to start swinging my queen over. Okay. So at the very least, this is an idea now because the pawn can't take. Okay, now it can. So that was a good move from white because that was an idea at the very least to try to weaken e4. Let's go. Just keep pushing. H3 is too weakening. Yeah, takes. H3 takes, knight in. I might play H3 soon. Maybe rook C8 at some point, if I can find a path in there. Interesting. Knight C4. Okay, knight C4. Puts pressure on that. I can't go there because of that. I could go here. I mean, I was wanting this, but that's just never going to happen, guys. Not right now, at least. So, alright, we'll hold on to it. Chess is a game of reading and reacting, so hopefully soon here I can start making them react. H3 again, it's just too weakening. Taking, I don't know if that's good for white. For multiple reasons. Or multitude. Let's go. Okay, wait. They're wanting takes and then check. We don't want that. So let's just get our king off. Do we want to go to H7 or H8? Probably H8. Low key. Although that is a little perceptive. I can't talk right now, guys. I just play chess, okay? King. Okay, we'll go here. Just to get off of any kind of fork ideas at some point. And we're off of that diagonal now. H3 is definitely something I'm looking at here. Knight takes E4 could be a sack that we highly consider as well at some point, particularly if that diagonal gets weakened. Yeah, I don't know who said the hippo's timid. I don't know. I'm gonna keep pointing that out. All right, bishop A3. I guess. Takes. Yeah. Here takes. I could just keep on adding that pressure, maybe. Here takes push. All right, let's throw one more move in there. Just one more move. Okay. So we gotta start pushing, right? H3. That's a solid start. If I take rook g1, I don't quite have time to do that. So let's push. Yeah, push. Threatening g2. Okay, knight f2 is a threat, right? Has to be a threat. Here takes. I mean, if they take me, then check, push, check, promotion. Let's say they. Okay, check. F3. We're down 2, but the rook is obviously not doing the best. If takes, check. I mean, yeah, I think white's just losing if they take. What else could they do? I mean, if they go queen b1, check, check, and the queen has to give herself up, so that's fine. If here, check, check works, and the queen has to give herself up. What else could white try? I think white's just losing, unless I'm missing something here. But I mean, yeah, the rook's just. I don't know if white should have took there. It's just too much. But then again, then I have a knight on e4 that can jump into f2 or whatever, whenever it wants to. So I don't know. Yeah, that rook is looking a little rough. You know what I mean? Looking a little rough out here. Or rook on g2, excuse me. Ugh. Okay. Check. Okay. If knight d2, I can promote, and if you take back either way, it's checkmate. Or I suppose I could just take the knight. Let's do that. That's it. Game over. All right. Jonathan, thank you, man. Okay, playing the Hippo today. We're playing E4. I got, for all 40 of y'all in here, I got an upcoming E4 course, a very nice discount code. If you pre-order it by February 10th, I got the discount code available in the pinned comment and in the description below, you name it, okay? But yeah, E4, such a aggressive move. We're covering a lot of different stuff in that, including this right here. So bishop c4, this is the phone handing gambit. And I've really been having fun with this lately. It melds, kind of blends together some Black Demer gambit ideas, which can be a lot of fun. Okay, so this can get you a lot of wins against the Caro. I think the last game on stream that someone played against this with me, they tried bishop g4, but that's just dead losing on the spot. Okay. e6. Yeah, so, okay, black here playing calm. Will the code work on the Hippo course also? No, just on the e4 course, okay. If any of you guys are interested in a discount or whatever, just email me and we can work something out. All right. At thechessgiant@gmail.com. Thechessgiant@gmail.com. You can reach out for lessons, whatever, right? Okay, bishop e7. That's a good move from black. Okay, here in the theory, we go queen e1, and then we're going to go bishop d3 before we go queen h4, because I don't want to play queen h4 and then be stuck with that knight in terms of, okay, I don't want to play queen h4 and then get kicked, basically, right? c5, okay. We could take. I'm fine with that. Okay, that's an improvement for us, I think. King to the corner. Now we go here. This knight is frozen. And yeah, the discount code good until February 10th is early bird. Okay, early bird. All right, knight g5, bishop g5. These are all ideas. If I see h6, I talk about this in the upcoming course. Basically, we got to ask ourselves, okay, after taking and taking, can black go bishop f8 right away? If they can, it's usually bad to do that. If they can't, then that's great. I mean, it's going to be very hard for black to get defense in. And if they play rook e8, then knight g5 is available with bishop h7 check ideas. So, yeah. And again, this knight right now is just frozen. So, I'd say if they don't play h6, maybe knight g5 could work. What else? Bishop g5 is obviously a good move. Bishop g5 and then bringing this rook into the mix. Maybe looking at a rook lift at some point. All right, my opponent taking their time here. This is not 1% of players, guys, at this point. At this point right here, 1% play bishop c4. 1%. So, yeah, you're going to get some players out of their comfort zone for sure. All right. Knight, ooh, g6, interesting. Okay, so that's definitely one way of trying to slow down the attack, right? But then you create some weaknesses. Here, here. Okay, let's start throwing moves in. So bishop h6. Knight g5. Funny enough, I'm thinking about this. I don't think it works quite yet though. Yeah, because f8. If f8 gets taken up, that could work. But yeah, I mean, if bishop f8, I think we're just winning. Takes, 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 boom. Right now we're looking at 94, right? 94. Maybe even taking in rook f1. There's a lot of fun at attacking chess here. Okay, 95. That's interesting. Knight e5. Takes, takes. Knight in. There you go back. We go takes here, check. Queen's here. Check, check. Or takes, I mean. Check, check. That looks fun. How did that line even start? I already forgot. Takes. Here. 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 I guess I could go rook here as well. Although f5 is kind of annoying. Okay. I mean, the principal move is just okay. Rook d1, right? That's the principal move. Knight g4 comes though. All right, takes. Oh, timeout. Takes. Queen takes. Knight here. Back. Takes. I guess they could kick. But that's fine. That's fine. We're not worried about that. Huh. Okay, wait. Takes, takes. Knight here. Queen back. All right, let's give it a shot. Gotta give it a shot, right? Got to. Actually, you know what's interesting? Queen takes. Knight here. Queen e7. Bishop f8. If you take with the queen or rook, it's mate on the spot. If you take with the king, I have 1, 2, 3. Right? So I think bishop f8 there works to clear out h7. That's it. CARO-KANN defense players ain't ready, y'all. They ain't ready for this. All right. I'm curious. Let's just go to game review real quick here. Okay, so okay, the engine's not gonna like this move. Okay, you're not losing here. It's just a slight advantage to black, but no one knows how to navigate this. Queen e1, bishop g3. Okay, I guess taking gives up a little bit of eval there. Queen h4. Huh. Wow. Interesting. Okay. So I guess with c5 we can just go queen h4 and just take all day long. We don't care. h6. We'll gladly do this because there's no bishop f8. Bishop g5 first. Okay, so definitely not a perfect game. Okay, 2 brilliance. That's fun. I don't usually try to get brilliance, by the way, but sometimes in a gambit like this, you got to do what you got to do, right? Nice. All right. Cool. Let's keep it rolling. Oh, timeout. Okay, bishop g7. Maybe d6 next. I mean, d6 against nearly anything, right? Unless we see like bishop h6 or something ridiculous. f4. You could play d5 if you want to. White here taking their time. We could see a 150. We could see an Austrian. We could see just a regular schmegular. We see a 150. Okay. There's different ways of playing this. This position. Like you can go into like a Tiger's Modern. You can go into a PIRC defense. There's a number of things. C6 is a very interesting option as well. C6, B5. I go back and forth on this one. I feel like everything with the hippo, I've found what I like, except this. I feel like, not to say I don't like things, just to say that I'm still kind of stamping down which one I want to go with. But there's so many different options that you can go with, and it can be, yeah, it could be a journey because it's such an open position. All right, let's go a6. Throw that move in there. Luis, a Tiger Modern? Yeah, we can. Maybe next time I see this, I go into a Tiger Modern. Next 150 at least. Got to take that space up. Hippo, Tiger Modern, I don't care what you're doing. C6, A6, at some point you got to play B5. White can play A4. It's actually a very interesting option. But then there's, you know, okay, fine. We get a weakness out of it, so. All right, castling, B5. And this is pretty similar to Tiger's Modern, except we threw an E6 there. B4, yeah, so we're going to go 97. Just to give that more support. That's interesting. Usually we don't see that. Usually you see H4, F3, H5. You don't usually see white blocking their diagonal there. So they're very dependent upon F5 happening. Okay, bishop E7. Threatening this. Boom, boom. Okay, C5 is what we're looking at next. Not knight B6, because then C5 is harder. Just C5, Queen C7, Knight B6, you name it. Yeah, this is hard for white too, because if they go here, okay, fine, then they have more coverage. But then E4 is not defended by a bishop, so if you move the bishop, we just use that pawn and push. That's... I'm not sure about that move. That's interesting. All right, we'll go C5. Yep, that's a good move. F5. All right, we could kick the bishop, although I guess they have an in-betweener. Takes, they run. I push again, though. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. Push here. Oh, wait. No. Push, takes. They run. Push. They run somewhere with the knight. Takes. That's interesting. that's an option. What else could I do? I could go here. Looking at that. Takes in here is definitely an idea for them. Although I guess I might still have in-betweeners. Very complex positions that can arise out of this. Queen b6. Alright, let's try c4. Take that space up. Y'all keep telling me I got a wig. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all keep saying I got a wig on. What are you trying to say? Alright. Well, who said this was a wig? Alright, c4, kicking the bishop. Yeah. Okay, okay. I see you, white. I see you. Knight f8, looks like. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe h6 next. Maybe. A little bit weakening, although thankfully my knights are covering everything pretty well. Alright, queen f2. Interesting. That is interesting. Huh. Alright. Queen f2. How do I stop this? I don't know if I can. If I just go, I don't care. Check, takes. And then I care. Yeah. I could run right now, I guess. Or timeout here, here. Check, takes. Rook over maybe. Here, check, runs. Or I run right now. Run, knight. Queen in maybe. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go king d7. Hey, thank you, David. Appreciate you, man. Huh, long-haired cousin, Samson. Nice. That's a good reference. Samson and Delilah. Look it up if you haven't read it. Okay, knight f7. We gotta play aggressive, right? Got to. So I'm about to go down the exchange. But I do got, well, if they take, but I do have b4 ideas. You know, I mean, I don't mind this position. I know that's crazy, but right now I don't mind it. But this is one of those positions that can go south very fast if you don't know what you're doing. So, by the way, if you're on chess.com, send me a friend request, okay? Luis, shout out to you, man. Thank you. Tigers Modern. We'll get it in. Tigers Modern. G6, Bishop G7, and A6. Going for B5. Very complex opening for both sides. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate you. David and Luis, thank you, guys. Luis Flores. Not Flores. Flores. Okay, knight takes H8. Do I just take this guy? I guess I should, huh? Although Bishop H6 is not something that was on my radar. That's kind of annoying, actually. That is annoying. Okay, well, with that in mind, we'll take D3 because I'm worried about Bishop at H6, which just kind of traps my knight on F8. So we'll take on D3 first. I don't think White's going to take this. Maybe knight F7? Yeah, knight F7. We could kick their guy. Okay. Kicking the knight, flying into A2. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is tough for White to navigate. I mean, my king is surprisingly safe right now. I'm down the exchange, but I'm looking to get my piece back. If the knight runs, rook C8, putting pressure on C2. Okay, so queen G3. That is eyeing up D6. Huh. Let's... Do we just ignore that and take it? I think so. D2 is a threat. Taking is a threat. Taking is a threat. So I think we're about to go up material. Right now we're at dead even material. Okay, takes. Here maybe? Okay. Just adding that pressure. King B1, check. Could take. It's not bad. Okay, so they're threatening mate all of a sudden. Do I just run? Okay. Check. Queen c3 maybe. That threatens mate. And it threatens this pawn. Yeah, queen b3. That doesn't work. Okay, we'll take. I don't need to do that yet. Check. Huh. You know what I could try? We could try this. Although check, and then the queen flies in. That may have been a good idea earlier. Check. Okay, we have time. We just got to complicate things here. But time is on our side. Or I go here. Take, wait, no. Here. 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 I don't love that. Here. Here. After they take. Okay, I'm going to go here to start. Run with the king. Iron out both of those. Gosh. All right. Check. Maybe here. See if we can get some cheese going. Takes would be mate. Check. I really want to take, but I don't think it works. Rook c1. Looks fine. All right, nice. All right, keep it rolling. Oh, got another hippo here. Or, excuse me, a Tiger's Modern. Per the request of Luis Flores. So we're going with the Tiger's Modern here. Okay, by doing this, you basically take really quick space on the queen side. And then, yeah, I mean, the first few moves are easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Right? That's what you're going for against a bunch of different setups. D6 is a good move to throw in there. And then it depends where they go. I mean, they're going king side, so I'd say, yeah, it's a lot less risky for us in that sense. A lot less sharp is probably the better word. All right, knight g4 is an idea that we can rely on. Castling is an idea. c5 is an idea. A lot of different moves. Okay. I don't mind this, though. Okay, let's pester that bishop. c5 is such a key idea in these Tiger Modern positions. Okay, sure. We'll get the bishop. Knight d7. Eyeing up that c5 move. Okay, we'll play it. Pretty hard for white to stop this move, c5. It's so dynamic and so many different lines because of our bishop and our queen. And of course we have our knight and pawn supporting it right now. Alright, we castle. Get the queen off of that file. Those of you that play the Hippo, you'll see some similarities. There's definitely some similarities here. Yeah. Okay, but e5 might be a little early. I don't mind taking though. Takes. Then I have 2 on 1. Of course, f4, f5 comes fast. All right, let's take. b4. Whole idea being if they take, we have takes and takes on c2. All right, bishop e3. Okay. Sure. Which rook to c8 is the question. I guess I could really commit. A little bit worried about this still, though, in terms of activity for white. I could go here first. Let's throw that in and see where this bishop goes. If the bishop's not going to stay on this diagonal, then maybe I can leave. If it is, then we got to reassess. Okay, f3. So that's a very slow, methodical approach by white. That stands out to me as a potential improving option. That could work now. Yeah, Tiger's Modern, guys, gets you very solid positions, very solid quick attacks on the queen side as well, which is nice. Okay, knight c4. Takes. I guess if takes, they might have that. Never mind, no, they don't. Okay. Okay, interesting. 2 bishops versus 2 knights. I tend to like the knights more, but if you have 2 bishops, that's hard to complain about. All right, rook b8. So we're barreling on those 2 semi-open files. Rook c1, d5. That's funny. I didn't even mean to move that. I was just holding it, but I let go on accident. That's okay though. I think it looks fine. Knight b6. I think we have a tactic there. Guys, this modern bishop, well, modern, you know, Tiger's modern, King's Indian, PIRC, Hippo, Czech, PIRC, whatever. You get the point. That bishop can be very, very strong. Do I want a knight or a rook? I mean, I guess I'll just take the rook. Start pushing that guy. It's over. All right, back to the aggressive e4 repertoire. Sicilian defense, we're going a3, delayed wing gambit. Okay, this is another line that we're covering in the e4 course. A lot of fun. Okay, d5 is the most common move there. D6. Okay, you got different options here. One of them is pushing to D5. That's solid. The other one is just developing. Right? So, yeah, I mean, either one is fine. What are we in the mood for today? D5. And again, Luis, thank you for making that game happen, man. Thank you. Thank you to Luis. Shout out to you, man. D5. Yeah, we could just start kicking that knight around like a rag doll. Or we take our space. There's a lot of things you could do here. But basically what you have is you've given up your A and B pawns for black C pawn. And you get those semi-open files that black doesn't get. You get a nice center out of it. D5 is the best move to play against. That's just so much fun. But they didn't do that, so that's fine. It's all good, bro. You know what I mean? All right, let's take our space. D5 is more of an idea now, as even knight E5 is not on the table. And if D5, knight A5, queen A4, we pick it off. Yeah, let's go for it. D5. Knight F3. They can't take, or else have check, so. Okay, G6. Yeah, let's go bishop. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. Bishop C4. They take. I want to play E5. Check. I don't think it works, though. Almost works. Although, maybe not. I was thinking here, but maybe not. I could go check, back. I'll do that. Just to give black a very uncomfortable position here, right? If the bishop blocks, then the bishop kind of blocks the knight in. If the knight blocks, E5 is crushing. So I think you got to go bishop. Yeah, bishop. Just double checking here. Takes. I could play hope chess here, but we're not doing that. So let's go bishop D3. Bishop E3. Okay. Doesn't hurt, I don't think, to fight for that diagonal right now. We'll castle. So, okay, what you get out of this, you're down a pawn, but you get good space. Black's knight right now can't develop anywhere. Now it can, so they fixed that issue. Let's tuck the knight. By the way, any B5 right now, I just take it. So they gotta connect the rook. Black has navigated this well, I will say that. But I still love this position. E5 is on the table at least. Yeah, that's a thought. If knight C5, I could drop back, or I could just take it maybe. Just take it. Just get rid of the freaking guy. Black taking their time here. Rook c8. I think we gotta maybe push. Is that too much? Too soon? I don't know, but it looks fun. Okay, knight back. Maybe rook over. 3 on 3 right now. So we're good. King h1 is probably something I gotta get in at some point too. Plenty of defense on it, that's for sure. The problem with 94 is then they do take, right? So they're very cramped, but they're holding right now. I just got to keep an eye out for weaknesses. E6, check. Yeah, I don't know about that. One option is I can run back now that that's a target. That's an option. Although I guess takes, right? So maybe not. Maybe not. All right, we'll start with king h1. When in doubt, play king h1. Okay, knight b6. Yeah, I get it. Takes is good, but knight takes. I mean, what am I getting out of that, guys? Is this a trade? I mean, who wants that? Not me. Knight b6. I guess I could go e6. That looks interesting. Just forge ahead. Yeah, black's holding well here. It's cramped. I have a space advantage. I think some solid compensation at the least, but f6 could happen. That's very committal though. I mean, talk about maybe I just go h4, h5 there, maybe. They could take. And then take. That might be the, maybe not. Yeah, we'll see what they do. There's a number of things. Number of things we could see. Okay, so we have capturing. I don't think that's all that necessary here. The question is, are they going to take or are they going to push? Yeah, push, okay. f6 wouldn't make much sense because of my bishop activity. Do we just go crazy, guys? g4, knight g7. G4, knight G7. Pretty closed position. I don't think if black takes here, then that's not good for them at all. Oh, they do. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know if they should be opening this up. I suppose they have knight f6, but f5 maybe? Okay. Rook c3, that makes sense. That does make sense. Knight d5 is an idea now because that's pinned. I don't like to be pinned. It's just a little pet peeve of mine, you know what I mean? Knight c4 gives a pawn back. Black can go one of two ways. They could either keep focusing on the king side, or they can start to, you know, look to make a pass pawn. Okay, knight f6, f5. I don't like this move, so we gotta attack that rook and have that in mind as well. And then maybe we have bishop takes and then there. Did I already have that? Maybe. That's a little messy. Oh, goodness. Still got that cough. All right. But okay, 94. Yeah. Takes. Could take there. Maybe f5. I missed that move, y'all. I'll be completely honest. That's a good move. Wow. Yeah, if I get f5 in, I'm in a good spot, but I don't think I am. I mean, I could play it, I guess. f5. Queen takes. Takes. Oh. Okay, we'll go rook f3. Yeah, should review this one after. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, rook takes. Yeah, fine. Guessing we'll see takes. We don't. King. Rook a3. Looks fine. gonna have to play the clock here. I might get a pawn back. Kind of, not really. But gotta do what you gotta do. See if we can somehow draw this. I don't know how, but might as well try. Okay. Okay. One pawn makes the difference. All right. Let's review that one. Yeah. Wow. 87% accuracy for my opponent. Very good. Okay, so the beginning was... It's all standard. Yeah, so d5 works, f4 works. There's a number of moves there. d5 there might be a little too aggressive. So maybe we just take our time next game. Didn't like that move. I felt fine with all this. Yeah, this is all fine. Oh. What am I supposed to do instead of that? King h1? Huh. Yeah, this is a big moment right here. e6, I guess, too committal. It's saying bishop e4. Ooh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of that. Because I was worried about d5, but that works, huh? Let's just say they push. What do we do now? Right. Okay, let's say they go here. Yeah, it's hard for black to move. It's very hard for black to navigate that. They did a good job. Black played very well. I mean, of course the engine's going to sit there and say that we, you know, whatever, but whoa, big mistake there. Yeah, bishop. If I take with the bishop, guys, I'm okay. Right? I mean, even if you go for the same idea, it's not the same thing. We have 3? I guess we just... But yeah, when I took with the queen, I missed this. and then I'm just cooked. I don't think. Yeah, from that point it was over. So, good game from black there. Well played. Okay, we got another E4 opening here. Another freaking Sicilian. Everybody be playing the Sicilian nowadays. Same line. That's funny. So, okay. So now we see D5. This is in the E4 course, okay? The discount code for that is what's it called? Pre-purchase or whatever is early bird, okay? And this is the most popular line online from black. So we're going to play knight A3. Okay, this is my favorite line for white out of this whole gambit. Okay, basically what we're doing here is we're looking at knight B5. Okay, very common mistake from black. Knight B5, threatening knight C7. Different things we could see. Could see the bishop come to D6. We could see the king go to D8. We could see the queen drop back. But you got to stop C7 somehow, right? Okay. Guys, the second the queen drops back, we're just pushing this pawn. We're pushing this pawn up to D6 as fast as we can. Still in theory here. Bishop C5, okay. That's different. I think we could still take. Take, check, here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Takes. Yeah. So we're up. What are we up? We're up a knight for 2 pawns right now. Ready to capture back. At that point, we'd be threatening knight C7. So, okay, there go queen B6. What do we have here? Maybe queen D6. Threatening knight C7. I mean, check. We take. That's fine. Okay. We'll block. Bishop. Bishop falls. Really? Okay. That's cool. I mean, whatever. Floats your boat, bro. Bishop E3. Looks principled to me. Check. We run. I'm okay with this. Because then we take and then we have 2 threats. Knight F6, really? Okay. Well, that's a threat. So let's take. with check. Okay. Bishop runs. I'm thinking maybe here. Okay, we're up 2 on material. That's good. I guess since we're up 2 on material, we could just take and then trade. Yeah. Just trade. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey, thanks for hanging out today. Okay, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to David and Luis for the donos. Appreciate y'all, man. And yeah, I mean, hey, good day today. Fun day. I think we got some points today, so that was good. Yeah, just been working a lot on that course, guys. If you guys are interested in, if any of you play E4, okay, we got a bunch of openings on there. Plug in the discount code EARLYBIRD by February 10th, and you will get the course at a huge discount. Yeah, it's going to be dropping soon. Right now, the release date is March 1st. It might come out before that. It might. Okay, but at the very latest, we got March 1st. All right, thanks again for hanging out today, and